Yeah. One chop. Oh. Hey yo, it's Ginsu Karate. It only takes one chop, one stab to the soul. Cut your head off. Ginsu Karate. It only takes one chop, one stab to the soul. Cut your head off. That's head off. Yo, nothing can stop my plan, set it in motion. Bomb inertia, deliver murder. Dead with his eyes open, no longer blind, son, I gave him sight. It has begun, now it won. We're waking life, sound wave collide. On ocean fronts, more sand and castles. My flow conduct the shrapnel, travel through stray bullets before it grazes the brain of a hood kid. Cook it quickly.
What's up, my fellow warriors? This is raw-nijer, coming with a quick video tutorial, or I would like to call it the $50 and under bootleg way how to clean and maintain a sword or any sort of bladed weapon. Okay, the sword I got with me right now is a black Shinwa Nidochi. It's made of Damascus steel. Alright, so real quick we're gonna go through the types of steels. Okay, alright, just like any sort of stainless steel is a bad choice for a samurai sword. You should go with carbon steel. 1060 I would say at the least, you know, and 1080, 1090 at the top are combined steel. Damascus is good for a thick weapon. You have your different types of cuts that need to be maintained differently. Like this is a light cut. As you can see right here, the blade is very thin. Like when you get a weapon or you go to buy a sword and it says razor sharp, that's constant maintenance because it's a light cut. It's not really for bone breaking. It's for slashing and gashes. A medium cut is for, I would say, medium to light bone breaking. Heavy cut, which almost has no blade at all, as you can see from prior videos with my my Naginata. Like that's a heavy cut. That has the lightest form of maintenance because the blade's not heavy. Well, the blade's not thin. So first we're going to go into a quick way of how to clean this. Real quick, just a real quick jimmy. I actually didn't bring my my whetstone, but I'm going to start with this. You can get this from like Home Depot or something, like a gardening tool or any sort of knife or weapon sharpener. You know, like I said, this is a light blade, so the blade is very thin. You know, you start off with a nice quick shave off the top. Make sure you know how to do this. Now this is for a light sword, this is not for something heavy. Like if you get like, say 1080 carbon steel and it's a thick, say, samurai sword, you probably wouldn't do that for this. But this is just to say life or death situations, zombie, apocalypse, whatever, what have you. You know what I'm saying? If you had to maintain it on your own without having anyone to go to, you would start off like this, you know, quick shaving. You know, they normally say one spot like 50 times, so you'll go up until you reach your count. Or for a heavier sword or a more costly sword, because Damascus is a lot of different types of steels put together, you would actually use a whetstone. I'm going to cut in this video and actually input a whetstone video, but we'll go on that later. So, you know what I'm saying? That's the way to sharpen it right there. Alright. One second. I actually should have done this first, but for the sake of time, we're just going into it. With this powder ball, it sucks up all the residue, let's say blood, water, whatever you're using, if you're actually using cutting mats and stuff, leftover water and debris residue, you know. So turn your sword on the back, you know what I'm saying, bang that down on the sides like that, or however you want to do it. Some people do it like that. You know. Or I normally just do it like this because it does both at the same time. So, okay, so now you have that on there sucking up the residue oil, what have you. You know what I'm saying? Take an old cloth, dirty rag. Not a dirty rag, but an old clean cloth or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Clean that off. Actually, make sure you have time to do this because you will probably cut your fingers off. You know. And it actually gets into like a meditation while you're cleaning and working on your weapons, especially swords, when you're actually going into sharpening it. As you can see, you know what I'm saying, cleans all that off right there. Okay, so that's one part, you know. It's all in your little box kit right here. You get this for like $15, $20. True Swords, swords.com, you know. Shout out to those guys, because I think I got this. No, I got this from like the Buck or something, so shout out to the Buck. Yeah, this little hammer piece will be for a like a full tang weapon. This is a full tang weapon, but as you can tell, I can't take the bottom apart. But this will be to take out the pins at the bottom, you know, hammer it in. I actually might do that with my other sword at the crib, at the house, the chronic crib. Okay. Alright, so, fuck, this shit burnt me. Alright, so, you know what I'm saying? Reverse the side, like on both sides on each of these, of course, but reverse the side, you know what I'm saying? While you're sharpening the blades. You know, and always check to make sure you have your blade evenly sharpened. You know what I'm saying, on both sides. That's how you maintain that razor sharp edge. You know, if you actually put in work with your weapons, you ain't got them just sitting on the side of the house looking like a douche, you know. You know. You know what I'm saying? Like, during a zombie apocalypse or whatever, or during any sort of catastrophe that you actually need to keep your weapon, let's say they took your guns or something away from you. You know what I'm saying? You actually had to rely on a sword or a strong sort of blade weapon. You know what I'm saying? This would be a must to maintain your weapon, because your sword can break. You know what I'm saying? Don't really watch animes all like that and think that the sword can't break, because it can. So, you know, like, you can actually see how thin the sword is. So, you know what I'm saying, swords, razor sharp, or razor edge swords normally are very skinny. You know what I'm saying, the thin cut swords. But I would say that goes for all swords, you know what I'm saying. So again, you know, you get yourself some oil. Any type of oil will do, you know, like any car cleaning oil, anything like that will pretty much work. As you see, I gotta get a new little bottle of oil for my new kit or whatever, but, you know, just dip that oil on there. You know? Take a separate rag, but I use this shit for, it's a multi-purpose rag, you know what I'm saying? It's actually the little rice paper, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? And this is after every use. Well, not the sharpening part, but the cleaning part, of course, after every use of your weapon, you know what I'm saying? If it's a real sword, that stainless steel, it ain't gonna rust, but it will fold. Against any carbon sword, really, it'll fold. Or any sword that's folded numerous times. Alright. Of course, I'm gonna have to make a part 2 to this, because this is a little, just a little spurge I thought of in the moment. But again, that's a quick way to clean and maintain a sword in dire situations. You know what I'm saying? Like under $40. Alright, peace.